Hello and welcome to today's GFG problem of the day, that is minimum deletions. So let's see what the problem says. Given a string of S as input, your task is to write a program to delete the minimum number of characters from the string so that the resultant string is a palindrome. Note, the order of characters in the string should be maintained. So let's quickly see what the problem tries to say. Let's take an example here: A, E, B, C, B, D, A. So what the problem is trying to say is we have to delete the minimum number of characters in order to make the string as palindrome. Okay. So let's see how many what the problem is saying. Let's take an example: A and A. It is matching, right? The palindrome, the start and the end has to match, right? From start and the end. So A and A it is matching. E, if we see E and D, they are not matching. Okay, they are not matching. B and B it is matching. C, it is a common character, only one character, so we have to consider that. So here you see the two characters were not matching, right? So what is the length of the so the two characters, that is we will have to delete these two characters in order to make the string as palindrome, right? Okay, uh, so yes, that's what the problem says. So after deleting these two characters, we'll have to the string will be palindrome. Now how can we solve this problem? How can we, what comes into the mind, right? So if you see, right, if you see, we have considered the subsequence and not the contiguous elements, right? So when we say we started from start and we started from end, right, as end string. So what we can do is, what we can do, what we exactly did was A, E, B, C, B, D, A, right? And we started in the reverse order, right? We started matching from this from the last, right? So let's write the string A, D, B, C, B, E and A, right? And then what we did, we matched A, E and D are not matching, B and B is matching, C is matching, B is matching, D and E are not matching, A and A it is matching, right? We did exactly that, right? We started from the start and we started from the end. So it's like we took two strings, right? And then what we are doing is we are trying to find the common characters. Okay, the common characters we are trying to find, right? What we did the same, right? We tried to find the common characters which are matching, and that too not the contiguous elements, right? We matched the subsequence. What is the subsequence? Subsequence is in the order but not necessarily contiguous. Okay, in the order but not necessarily see, if we these two characters were not matching, so we skip these characters and we see which characters are matching. They were not contiguous, right? So if we see, right, if we closely look, what we are trying to solve here is common characters, right? Common and subsequence, right? What we did, common characters, which common characters are matching, and then subsequence, we are not necessarily looking at the contiguous elements. We are skipping the elements which are we are skipping the characters which are not matching, and then we are considering those characters. And what we need to do here is we have to find the longest one, right? Longest common subsequence. So if we find the longest one, so that will provide us the answer. Once we find the longest one, right, the length of the longest common subsequence, right? The length of the longest common steps, if we get that, which is 5 in our case, and then what we need to simply do is subtract it from the length of the string, right? Length of string minus length of string minus this longest common subsequence, right? So what was the longest common length of the longest common subsequence? It was 5 in our case, right? So here it was matching A, B, C, B, A. 5 characters are matching. And what is the length of the string? Length of the string is 7 minus 5, which is giving us 2. So what we need to do here is, if we see, right, we have to write the code for the longest common subsequence. And then just once we get the length of the longest common subsequence, we have to subtract it from the length of the string. Now, okay. So now we need to implement basically LCS, right? So LCS, let's look at the problem, right? What was the example? A, E, B, C, B, D, A. And we write the reverse one: A, D, B, C, B, E, A. So you must have seen the longest common subsequence problem. Let's quickly look this problem, how to solve this, how to write. Let's write the code for that, right? So we'll write the code, the DP code for this, right? So we'll have so let's see what we'll have to write. We'll have to take an array, right? In DP equal to new int. So what will the size? The size generally will be the length of the string, right? What is the length of the string here? A, E, B, 6 and 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, right? 7. And in the DP, right, we take one extra. So we'll take 8 here. if we consider this as m, right? Length of the string as m, and here length of the string as n. So it will be m plus 1 and n plus 1, right? So we'll also try to, we'll also see how this goes, right? So first we'll have to, what we do in DP, right? While we write DP, we initialize the DP array. So what will, how will initialize, right? What we'll write for int I equal to 0 to m, right? And here j equal to 0 to n, right? And DP of if, right, if I equal to 0, right? What we do in the DP, right? What we do in the DP, we first initialize this column and this row, right? So here what values will have over here? Okay, so let's consider the string as m, this m as 0, right? Empty string, and n as 0, empty string. So what will be the longest common subsequence if this, of both the strings are uh, empty? So definitely it will be 0, right? Definitely it will be 0 because there's no common characters which are matching, so it will be 0. And let's say even if it is, this is m and this is n, right? So even if this m, if it is empty and this is abc, right? This is abc, and this m is empty, right? So what it, so even so one string is completely empty and other is abc having abc, there won't be any common, right? There won't be any common character which will be matching. So again this will be 0, this will be 0 as well. And similarly, if m has abc and n is 0, then this will be 0 again, right? So our, so what will be the so what if you write the code, right? If I equal to 0, or j equal to 0, dp of I and j. What we are doing here is we are filling 0 in this first row and first column, right? Okay, now let's consider, this was a initialization of the base condition, we can say. Now what we want to do is for in I equal to 1 to m, right? M, that is m plus 1, m plus 1. We'll see in the code, this is just a pseudo code for in j equal to 1 to n plus 1, right? Now what we have to do is, if we consider the example, right? A, E, B, C, B, D, A, and reverse, right? A, D, B, C, B, E, A, right? Now what we want to do, we want to match the characters. So if, right, if a character is matching S dot, right? S dot, for example, I minus 1, right? I minus 1 equal to S1, right? S1, and S2 J minus 1, right? If it is matching, then what simply we have to do, dp of ij, right, equal to 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus, now this is matching, right? The current character is, it's matching, and the previous length we have to take dp of I, dp of j minus 1. So for example, if previous, right, if previous was 0 0, right? For example, let's consider this, right? Now previous was 0, here a, e, B, right? C, B, D, A, right? And here A, D, B, C, B. So here, right? So if we consider this one, so yeah, this is matching 1 plus the previous one. So 1 plus 0 is 1, right? So here we'll have a length of 1, right? So we have to do like this. Else, what else if the characters are not matching? For example, E and D, right? So what we are doing is, what we'll do here is, what we'll write. So dp of ij, what dp of ij will be, it will be max of dp of I minus 1 j, or out of this two, dp of I j minus 1, right? So if we skip certain characters, for example, let's say we consider this one, right? These are not matching. So till now, if we uh, if we consider, so what it is saying is, what code we have written here is, if D and E are not matching, right? So we'll consider this string, and this string, right? This string or this string. What is the maximum? So we'll consider the length of this string. When this string, if we consider this string and this string, what was the length of the longest common characters which are matching, right? And we'll consider this one, this from E, and this one, right? A, E, B, C, B. What is the longest common subsequence characters which are matching, right? And we'll take maximum of these two. We'll take maximum out of these two, right? Which were matching, right? So that's what we are written here. dp of I minus 1 j, dp of I j minus 1, right? Right? So we'll skip the one of the string, we'll skip the character, we'll consider the rest one, and once we'll skip this character, we'll consider the rest one. So whichever maximum, we'll consider that. So dp of I j equal to math.max, right? And then once it is written, we just simply have to return dp of m and n. So this one, right? If it is the last one, right? This is going to give us, this is going to give m. For example, right? For example, if it is 0, 1, 2, 3, right? And here 0, 1, 2, 3, right? Right. So here A, B, C and A, B, C, right? So here definitely this is going to give us the longest common, right? C and C. Till now, here what is the longest common subsequence we have got? So we are going to return this. So let's quickly look at the code. Once we get this length, right? We simply have to simply have to subtract it from string length, the length of the string minus this LCS length, right? So let's look at the code now. Let's quickly write the code. So so here what we'll do is we'll first write int length equal to, sorry, length equal to LCS, right? LCS. What we'll simply do is S, and as what we did was we had reversed the string, right? We had reversed the string. New string builder, we'll have to write, we'll have to reverse the string, right? S reverse, and then to string we'll have to pass, right? And the length of the string, S dot length, S dot length. So what we'll have to do, let's write this, implement this static int LCS, right? String S1, string S2 to length 1 int and n, right? And what, as I said, right, we'll have to take an array, two-dimensional array, dp array, new int dp m plus 1 and n plus 1. Then we'll have to quickly initialize the dp array m plus 1. What is it? Well, let's take this. J equal to 0, j less than n plus 1, then j. So let's fill the first column, 0 equal to 0, dp of I j equal to 0, right? Then let's consider this, let's take this. The main logic, it will start with 1, as we already filled the 0th row and 0th column, right? So what the case here will be, if, right, if s1 dot char at I minus 1, right, equal to s2 dot char at j minus 1, because it starts with 0th, right, 0th base index, right? If both are matching, then dp of I j equal to 1 plus dp of I minus 1 j minus 1, right? If this is not matching, then dp of I j, right, equal to math dot max, right? We have the choice, right? We have the choice, right? So dp of I minus 1. So one character, right? Avoiding one character from one string and from other string as well, right? I of j minus 1. So what is the length, right? Whichever gives maximum, you have to consider that, and then we simply have to return dp of m and n, the last box, right? Last box. So once we get this, simply we have to return s dot length minus length. Hopefully this gives us the answer. Oh, something we got wrong. LCS string builder cannot find. Oh, okay. It is S, right? S, capital S. Let's run this. It is matching. Let's submit. Okay, the solution is accepted. Quickly, let's look at the time complexity. As we are taking two for loops, so definitely it will be O of n square, big O of n square, and space also it will be big O of n square, because we are taking DP array, right? Two-dimensional DP array. Okay, so this is a time complexity and space complexity. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you have liked if you please like the video and subscribe to my channel, so that it will motivate me to bring the solutions. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for watching.